Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to another episode of Bronx Girl. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the beautiful people that's near and far. Today is February 28th. It is 10:50 p.m. I had the notification set for 11 a.m., but I decided to go a little bit earlier live, go live a little bit earlier than expected, just so I could get the feel of the audience and welcome the audience. Shout out to the replay gang. You have the best seat in the house. And shout out to the Bush watchers and the podcast listeners. Welcome one, welcome all. Today's live will be a little bit sensitive in nature. Um, I wanted to talk and just, touch on the last debacle that has been going on and with Latrice family because I think like this is a sensitive and serious issue that's like on YouTube, and a lot of people are not handling it with care or the sensitive nature of it. And that's why I just asked the audience, we politely, good morning, Brittany is in the house. Thank you, Brittany, for coming in and saying hello this morning. Yeah, because, this live, and I'm glad Brittany is here, whether she tune in, tune out, I just want her to have an idea of whomever just coming in about the topic we're going to talk about and touch on because it is sensitive and it could be like stir up a ruckus between many people. I have seen people reaction to Killer Ken's and his last live pertaining to his mother, and it just drew some red flags. Um, and with Killer Ken's, he is still like under the age of 25, but he's 18, 19. Like he is still a teenager. He still is, and he's considered a full grown adult. That's why I feel like with this live, I have to take it in a direction where I respect him, respect his, uh, you know, I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna respect him because I don't like really talking about it. But he did say in the video that he is a grown man and he pay his own bills. So I feel like I have the responsibility. Well, I can handle it. Speaking about his accusations and allegations against Latrice Allen in a responsible way. And I just ask the audience if you're listening and you're tuned in to do the same. And let's respect him and respect Latrice because I've seen the videos that's circulating. I heard the people that has a reaction towards it. I heard the people that's on Killer Ken's side, and I've heard the people that's on Latrice Allen's side. But we want to report with facts. We don't want to just give our opinions because that's where it get lost. And with that being said, I'm just going to go ahead and proceed, because I don't want like to wait for anyone to come in. I run this like a real podcast. A real podcast, you don't wait for people to come in. You drop a video and they listen to it as such. So I was listening to Killer Ken's, and the thing about him, he's still young. His mind is underdeveloped. He still have a lot to learn. He still is in the stages of becoming a young man. He's still considered a baby, but grown at the same time. And that's why I feel like if anyone wanna just respond to him, you should be responsible enough to respond to him in an adult like way, right? So a lot of people put their own interest into it and their own feelings into it and not see it for what it is. And a lot of people think emotionally on these platforms, on this sector, in this community. I don't do that. We know that. I don't have to keep saying it because I don't want to seem too arrogant, but I have to remind people, you know, I am entitled to my opinion. This platform is about insight and perspective. And with that being said, I'm just going to go ahead and read the copyright disclaimer. Don't be shy to speak. All and everyone is welcome as long as you do it in a respectful way. You got 3 times before you get blocked. And if you don't like something I'm saying, you push back respectfully. And if you choose to get blocked because you just didn't follow those like minor guidelines to the channel, is be respectful of the host and the chat, then this is not a place for you. So I hope I'm reading the right one because I don't know, this look different. So I'm gonna go ahead and read copyright disclaimer, because I feel like I don't need a lot of people in here just to hear my side or just me giving my commentary on the matter. I don't need a lot of people in here to get them upset. That's what the replay gang do. Not all of them, but some of them. Copyright disclaimer: under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is a permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips. The balance in the favor of fair use. There we go. I read it. I read this disclaimer like a great crackhead. Okay, this is how crackheads read copyright disclaimers. So let's begin. So Courtney, we know his name is Courtney, but I may use his name Courtney. The child, the Killikins, aka Killikins, went live to air out some grievances about his mother for the third or fourth time. And every time he go live, he has something different to say, as in how he feel about his mom. He is steady sticking to the claim that his mother allegedly essayed him. Right? I'm monetizing this video, so I'm definitely going to be careful about what I say and how I say it, just to show the difference in professionalism, right? Because I want this to get monetized. So with him, when he came to, well, excuse me, with his live yesterday, let's just get right to with his live yesterday. I just feel like a lot of people they already chose sides. They have their preconceived notions. Their mind is fixated on how they feel, if he's lying or not. I just want to say this. Just because you believe Killikins, aka Courtney, that does not mean what he's saying is the truth. Okay? I'm not disputing anything Courtney, aka Killikins, is saying. I'm not. Hey, good morning, Lasagna in the building. I'm not disputing anything he's saying. I'm not saying he's lying. I'm just putting it out there. Just because you believe him, right? That does not mean it's true. And just because you don't believe him, that don't mean that you're right. Okay? I believe half of the things he said, because a lot of things, his mother have characteristics of just some things that he's describing about her. I'm not going to go into details and say, oh, yeah, I believe for a fact, or I don't believe for a fact that she is uh, downright guilty of these accusations and these allegations. I'm not going to say that. But what I'm not going to do is get up here and just automatically say that he's lying because, it don't sound right, because he switched up his story. He didn't like switch it up too much, but he do exaggerate. I feel like it's not about the allegations or the accusations. It's more about a vendetta against his mom. He have it out for his mother. He's still insecure. He's still young. He's still simple-minded. And a lot of people gather that from him and they use it against him to say, well, you're lying. Why would if your mother did this to you, then why you just waited so long to come out? And if your mother did this to you, why didn't you go to the cops when you had the opportunity and chance? As if he had that freedom to do it, allegedly, right? So if he said that his mother in question did this heinous accusations that he brought against her, we as an adults have to take it into consideration and just acknowledge the fact that this is a child that is coming forward and you know and giving his story, right? Whether he's exaggerated or not, we just can't automatically say, oh, he's lying. No, I'm not. That's not what adults do. A lot of people want to sweep what he's saying under the rug because this does happen in the Black community. And a lot of Black people in the Black community are not self-aware and they don't want to face the fact that we are, as a community, just as effed up as any other community, right? Like things can happen like this in our community. It has happened. It's still happening, but it's not like brought to the forefront because we sweep it under the rug, right? Now, I feel like Courtney has changed his tide. Like now I feel like he want to battle against his mother. He needs some attention. He need something to soothe him and put him at ease, because he was just all over the place, irate on his live yesterday. It was no reason for him to act the way he was acting, yelling and screaming, calling his mother out her name. He is not going to win over her ever, right? Because she is a bigger, powerful, more person. I'm just talking about in nature alone. He don't have the money that she has to go against his mother. He will rely on the fake ass support and encouragement that he get from people talking about they standing behind him. No, they just want to see your mother go down. They really don't care about your accusations or your allegations. They don't really care if you were harmed or not. Just keeping it 100. They don't. So when you come forward and you trying to get on a side to pull people on your side just by using certain languages and certain words and buzzwords to get the ear of people that don't like your mother, that's not helping anybody at all. It's just making you seem like, you're bitter and you don't want to, like, grow up, or you don't want to get past this experience. And one might say that you may need to heal. Right. And with that being said, I'm just going to go ahead and just because I was watching, because over here we're not scared to speak our minds, and we're not scared to say how we feel. We just go for it. If we're going for the kill, if we're going for whatever, we just going to go out here, get out here and dispute our whatever comes to mind. So I was listening to Loretta Brown. Yes, I'm saying her name, and a lot of people call her auntie. And I just felt like her speaking from a personal experience is clouting her bias of Courtney. Just because your son, right, did something similar to what Courtney said, that don't mean Courtney is lying. Maybe your son lied, and maybe he didn't. We would never know. Right. So you was asking this 18-year-old child, why didn't he do this? Why didn't he do that? Why didn't he do this? It begs the questions of, like, everyone character speaks loudly on these streets. I'm sorry, my character, whoever present their content, their character speaks loudly. And what I'm not afraid to do is, like, go against someone and stand up for the weak and stand up for the voiceless. Like Loretta Brown and whoever else is going after Courtney in the way you going after him, because he said people was in his comments saying you're lying and you this and you that. Like, what type of grown ass person, a grown person that could jump in a child's live, right, and say you're lying because you don't believe him because you like his mother? Or what type of person would jump on live? Because I hear a lot of people say, I don't know Trees and I'm not doing this for Trees, but you are doing it for her, right? You don't know them personally. You don't know what goes on behind closed door. I believe his accusation, right, that allegedly Latrice Allen may have or may not have assaulted her son, right? I don't think he's lying about everything. No, I think she's capable of, like, saying to him, I hate your kind. I think she's very well capable of saying, or saying, like, let me test out to see if you like a certain gender or not, right? I believe it. Nothing is beneath her, right? Whether she changed the story 3 times or not, I believe even if it wasn't with malicious intent, it wasn't like a how you say, a ongoing thing, right? Like, I believe that she is capable of doing that. Just like I believe other mothers on this YouTube streets are capable of harming their children also. Right? And I'm not saying that they are. I'm not saying that they have, right? But I'm just saying, like, so if another person comes and be like, yo, my mother was just so a narcissist and she, like, ruined me and she ruined, I'm talking about other parents. So it's so quick, it's okay for you to judge, Latrice, but nobody can't judge you and say that you are probably not one of the best moms either. People like, oh, she's the worst mother. How is she the worst mother and she still have her kids in her care and she still have access to her children? Like, worst mothers don't get that privilege. Sorry. DCF, ACS, CPS, child services will been all up and down her house, considering the fact they said that they've been to her house over 100 times or over 100 reports. I'm just saying, when it comes to Courtney and him saying his side of the story and he is presenting his truth, right? Of just because you believe him right? That does not make it true. I'm not disputing the fact, and I'm not automatically going and saying, "Oh, Courtney, you're a liar. I don't believe you. You're capping. Why would your mother do this?" As if you know them personally, right? Like a lot of people get on here, the fake ass ones that's offering support and encouragement, to someone you don't know, someone when you go to sleep at night, you do not think about them twice if they were S8 or not. That's just as simple as that. It just goes to show how people will do anything and prove that, this is how I will get a view. And that's okay. Like, don't confuse everyone with your commentary. Getting back to Courtney, he was yelling, cursing his mother out, calling her all types of names. He had, I guess, the people on his side, and he had the people against him, as people versus people. Like, I feel like a lot of anger has stemmed from him, just his experience alone, and he want people to believe him because he keeps saying, "We don't believe you. We don't believe you." It's just sort of like he's relying on the support and encouragement from I guess, the people that say they support him. That's all I'm saying. Like, a lot of people were saying, "Oh, trying to like confuse like his sexual identity, his preferences, so to speak, his gender has nothing to do with it." Right? It's like, it's all dealt with logic and facts and reasoning. He said he has his own, he don't need nobody will help him, he don't care about nobody, and he was just going on, and I'm paraphrasing, he was going on and on and on and on, right? On and on. And I'm like, what is the point? He just want content too. You cannot dispute that. He just want content too. I cannot dispute that he want content. I just feel like if you are going to come and be an advocate for people that may have suffered the same way you suffered, you're going to have to compose yourself a little bit more steadier. Don't let these people, these fake ass people who they do not have your great intentions. I don't care if they say they do or don't, right? Like, they just using you to talk down on your mother. But I'm not disputing, and I'm not taking away like, "Oh, Courtney, no, you shouldn't talk about your story." Talk about your story, right? But how far will it go, and what goals will you accomplish, right? Because if in fact Latrice Allen is found guilty of these allegations, accusations, right, that were brought upon her, she should face the consequences. Okay? Now, and then we have to still consider the fact that Courtney is still underdeveloped. Don't lie and tell him that he's so smart. He's not that smart. He may be book smart. He may be a little manipulator like his mother, right? He may be a little bit conniving like his mother, right? That don't mean that he's lying about what his mother did. And that don't mean that people have to automatically jump up and say, "Oh, you're lying. I don't believe you. If she did this or she did that, then why didn't you go to the proper authorities? If she did this or she did that, then why didn't you come forward sooner? Did she do this or did she do that?" You are traumatizing a child further. And you people call yourself like believers of God. God possessed you to get up here and speak the way you do about people. Your character speaks loudly. And I'm not just talking about a certain person in particular. I was just looking at, Miss Loretta Brown video, and I just found it like really sad that she had those sentiments towards a baby, a child, a developing young man. You know what I mean? I went live for a reason earlier than expected. If you know me and you in the and you in the chat, I went live for earlier reasons because I don't want people to think they could predict my moves. So, I know that there's other people going live talking about this topic, and the people that are in here are the ones that just want to hear a clear and concise point of view, right? But people want to claim sides, and people so quick to say, "Oh, Latrice is the worst mother," but the same people that is saying Latrice is the worst mother are the ones that you slapping five with and forgiving them. The ones that say Latrice is a bad mother didn't feel she was a bad mother then, but they had a change of heart now, right? She's the worst mother in the world, but she wasn't back then. Like, you still have to come. You people are confused. You people are all over the place. Either you believe Courtney or you don't. Whether you believe him or not, I don't think like you should be that type of person to sit there and persecute him as an adult, as a great grandmother, as a woman, as a human being, as a believer, as a God fearing, what, loving God. Whatever you do, that is not godly. And this is why a lot of people bring God into it to make themselves look like they so holier than thou, like they are up on a pedestal, and you judge people on the level you only know how to judge people, right? Because I don't care about no backlash. I don't care about people coming at me, because they don't listen. The people that's listening are the people that's listening, right? I'm not going to tune in to someone that's portraying something that they're not. Like, I know that a lot of people for the last couple of days have been going absolutely haywire, right? So it's like all added and it's all building up. I just felt like the need to come and speak about Courtney and him coming forward, reiterating, rehashing old news that it should still be up for an investigation. I feel like, what's the end point? When can Courtney and his mother come to a conclusion, right? When can they come to a point and say, let's just discuss it off of YouTube, take it off of social media. Um, if I was the mother, right, and I feel like you're trying to tarnish my image, I'm sending a cease and desist your way, just to shut you up, right? Just to show you how powerful I am and how powerful I could be. I mean, a lot of people may say it's ruthless, but that's what I would do, right? If I had the power to cease and send you a cease and desist, to shut you the F up because you're talking a little bit too much, my child going against me on a public platform just for views and content alone, and you're not really trying to help nobody, I'm shutting your ass up. Just as simple as that. We'll handle in court the correct way. That's what I would do, right? I went like you. I don't even know if Latrice responded, but if she did, she did. But I just think, like, I just had to get that out there about, a family is divided and people are taking their chances and opportunities to divide a family further, right? Because you have to be very careful of how you touch this topic. It's sensitive in nature. People's lives are at stake. We're not the only ones over here in this community and sector. We're not the only ones that's picking up this story. Now it's going to blogs. People, like, livelihood is on the line, but some people don't care, right? So I just think some people need to sit back and take into consideration, like, you know, Latrice has a career too. She's an influencer. She's a businesswoman, and other people have careers on here too that goes to a far extreme to expose her, right? So it's like, take the bitter with the sweet, right? So if someone could, like, come in here and diminish your career, and you could diminish hers, like, you're on equal playing field. That's how I feel about that. I don't, like, really want to go into, like, a long um tangent about this, because it is sensitive in nature and it is supposed to be brought to the forefront. I mean, a lot of people just look at Courtney and just say, this is a child that's hurting. This is a child that is in need. This is a child that is lonely and lost, right? His mother is not, like, willing to come forward right now and rescue her child, and she fed him to the wolves. Maybe they need to eat him alive for a little while, right? Because I feel like this is not, like, a great way to, like, bring your story to the internet with such anger and so much hate. It just takes away from the story, right? Because he was cursing the chat out. He was cursing his mother out. He's like, you want to go back and forth? You want to go back and forth? Like, why would she go back and forth with you? She's not going to go back and forth with you. She's not, like, giving in to your demands. So stop trying to enlist the help of people that don't care about you. And that's just how I feel about that. I know other people are going live right about now. I just hope everyone is having a great day, a great start to your day. I Zachary is off on the bus to school early this morning, and I feel like now that it's only a little bit of amount of people in here, and that's all I need is to just go into a different like segment. I said that I want to take my channel in a different direction, and I'm serious about it, and um, working on it. The market now is for like relationships. That's a hard market to get into. I want to like bring in the men and women. Wait, Yolanda said, but Latrice was the one that brought it back up. Courtney responded to her. Oh, she did? But that's what I'm saying. Like, what did she say, Yolanda, for her to bring it back up? That for him to go off the hinge like that? She didn't say nothing for a while. They have been going back and forth for a while, right, Yolanda? Like he made a video a couple of months ago. Right? When is last time did he make a video? Because, I saw his last video when he went live and he said the same thing. Like his point is not getting across to too many people. So I could not imagine being his age having to endure all that. Exactly. Thank you, Lasania. Right. He's enduring a lot at 18 years old, and he's supposed to be at a point in his age, 18 years old, enjoying the fruits of his freedom, his life. Good morning, Claudia. Welcome to the chat. So the last video that he did, Yolanda, I'm gonna go to Latrice's page, was like a month ago, right? That's when he went and he put out a video a month ago. So when did Latrice have time to bring it up, and now he's responding? I just But if Latrice brought it up, she brought it up. Maybe she was just responding to his last video because he did have a video a month ago. He know that he's no win for his mother. It's just yeah, I need to come to that point. Like he's no win for his mother. He cannot overpower his mother. He don't have the resources. He don't have the support. He don't have the manpower at all. At all. Uh, Oh, okay. Thank you, Claudia. Trees did a video the other day with her grandmother talking about all the family trauma. Okay, so was it like a when you say family trauma and she was talking to her grandma, what is like a what was a discussion? It was like like a therapy session. Did you get that feel? Because I didn't see it. Certain things I won't talk about because it's too heavy for me and it's too like I don't want to like weigh that down on my audience because we not like covering like hard like stuff like that like family trauma essay is something that I feel like someone have to say responsibly. She just went live the other day with the lady that was supposedly in the house when it happened. Oh, so okay, I see what you're saying. So you're saying that she has someone to come forward to like back up her claims, Yolanda? A very hard to hear generational yes, right. Oh, okay, so and that's the thing. So she must have said something that triggered Courtney. She had to. Did she? Because I want to know why he came out the gate swinging like that. She said she found the lady. Oh, so let me just get this straight because I feel like my audience is feeding me information and I could just follow up and y'all could push back on me and help me get it straight. So Latrice went live yesterday with her grandmother to speak about the family trauma and to speak about the family trauma that she endured, right? So amongst the trauma that she was discussing, she brought up the situation with Courtney talking to her grandmother, and she had someone else in the room. Okay, so who she had in the room? Her grandmother and the lady that Courtney said was there when it happened. Okay, go listen to the video with her and her grandmother. Okay. Okay, about 2 days ago, because I'm on her page and I don't want to like play anyone's video because I will get, I guess, a strike, and that's not something I want to do. Definitely. Okay, so that's good. So Courtney didn't understand what was going on. He was triggered by what she said, right? Because it wasn't like only her bringing him up in particular. It wasn't like an isolated like session. She brought and it was included, or was it like staged or something? Did it feel like it was staged or did it feel authentic? Because he came out the gate swinging. I'm like, what is he doing? Why is he so upset? I thought he covered those bases like, you know, a while ago. I could see because by the if the audience put something, the chat, the supporters, the viewers put something in the comments and I have to piece it together. I just want anyone to say, listen, you're a little bit wrong on that. This is how it happened. So we came to the point that it was like a therapy. They was talking about past trauma, and it was not an isolated. It was staged. I didn't. I didn't even expect that. Oh my gosh! What? Listen, I didn't expect that answer. Wait, Lasagna says he said she paid the. Oh, okay. So why he thinks she paid the lady to say no? That didn't happen. That is perjury, isn't it? Okay, so listen, that's crazy because we got two different opposing opinions. Yolanda said Claudia said it was staged, right? Lasagna said he said she paid the lady. Okay. Yolanda said she first started the live with the lady and then she called her grandmother. And then she called the grandma. Lasagna, do you think it was staged? Did you see it? Because I gotta go look at it. I don't want to take I want to get it from my point of view. Was it staged or not? I don't think Latrice is that stupid to go pay someone, right? In this point in time. So Geraldine said you agree it was staged. Listen, guys, everything is not a skit, right? Everything is not a skit. Claudia said, Claudia. The lady didn't know what the heck Treese was talking about. He says she paid it. See, that's what I'm saying. You see how like we have opposing opinions. Like Lasagna, she's a good listener. She's tactful. She's observant and analyzed. And Sonia said, Lasagna, I'm sorry. He said she paid the lady. Like, why would he think that? Why do she got that much pull? She could pay someone to come corroborate a story that is like serious in nature. Like I usually when I see her talking to her grandmother, I feel like she feel most comfortable with her grandmother the most. Like she could like be herself. And even though I feel like sometimes the way she probably interact with her grandmother is a little bit inappropriate, but I feel like I don't think like her grandmother would be a part of being like a part of a staged part of a stage scene like that. I think she have more things coming against her. I think she is trying to jump in front of the bus. Oh, okay. Also, so what she doing is getting the story out there. Like it's like a PR like some public. What is it called, Lasagna? Is it like a PR move? She's trying to get ahead of the story. So like, say someone thought of something from the past that she might have did to them and it came forward and said, you know what, I have been through this with Latrice Allen. So she's trying to get it out there. She's smart. I'm sorry. And that's what I'm saying. Like y'all sitting up there trying to encourage Courtney and talking about you got his back. Latrice is really smart. She's smart. She's a street girl. She's smart. Whether you like her or not. Can't take that away from her. She is smart. Tree said the lady left because of her son. That lady said she left because Treese went crazy and the boyfriend was huge. What? I want to go see that video so we can follow up. Okay, yeah, she started with this story last week and remember the lady text her in January. This chat is off the hook. I think her and Lay got something going on. Who? Which one, Lasagna? Lay and who? Treese or the lady? I gotta go see the video so we can follow up, so we could keep ahead of the story because we put a different spin on our commentary over here at the Bronx Girl platform where we could do this. This is an intimate chat between women that's just want to have a decent conversation. And if you find that fits you, then go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. I was reading that, not to jump off topic, that, the viewers and the supporters may feel more comfortable with a moderator. It's like kind of hard to pick a moderator because I feel like we're doing absolutely fine up until I need one. I have people that I look down in the chat like Lasagna, not that I depend on her, but I can like trust her statements so I could go live. It's like a co-host down in the down in the chat without the wrench. That's how we flow over here. We're quite different. If that's a part of something, I mean, if that's something you want to be a part of, so be it. Go ahead and subscribe. We want to keep it going. Look, so Yolanda said, I'm unsure if it was staged. This one had me rolling. I'm unsure if it was staged or not, but the lady did do a good job. I get what you're saying, right? Okay, I get what you're saying. Mm. Oh, Trees, that's why she's jumping in front of the bus. Okay, right? So I don't think, like, honestly speaking, if I could just give a little bit of my take on it from my perspective, this time it may seem biased because it's a different, outlook. So okay, so now Latrice have all the heat on her, the backlash on her. Everyone is looking at her in a way like, what are you going to do? How are you going to respond to this, Latrice? People are coming up and saying that you have these nasty accusations against you. How are you going to spin this story? Your son is after you, the YouTube is after you, the blogs is after you. What are you going to do? How can you make your supporters, even if she do like confess to everything that people have accused her of, her supporters are going to still be there. That's not going to be taken away. But what I'm saying is like, okay, it does make sense that she did have a therapy session with her grandmother, and she included the lady that allegedly was there in time in question when she supposedly allegedly, you know sa Courtney. I think what she's doing, and if she's not aware of what she's doing, that's a good start. Like, oh, wait, that's what she's talking about. Lay says she going to jail. You think she going to jail on the basis? Excuse me, lasagna. Do you think Lay is like trying to say that Latrice allegedly may be going to jail for these charges that's brought against her, right? Currently, or is she going to go to jail for Lay saying that allegedly Latrice has been harassing her and going after her? Because I'm kind of like on the fence with Lele about what she's saying, what she do, and her like testimonies. You know, no, wait, no, what, Lasagna? Lasagna, you running circles around me this morning. So why you think she's going to jail? Bronx is nothing politically correct about Treese and her family. They they are thinking nothing about therapy. It's Bronx is nothing politically correct about Treese and her family. They are thinking nothing about therapy. You don't think so? I think with her coming, she could use that as a therapy session, as her bringing awareness to those who might relate to her or who have suffered trauma in the past. You see, and that's what I'm saying. Like, we here, we think like we should think like that, right? Give her the benefit of the doubt. Like, she do want to heal, she do want to talk about past trauma. you know, she do want to confront the issue, but now she's setting it up and trying to make it look like Courtney is the angry, bitter one that don't want to receive the help. But I am open to giving it. Wait, I was too. I am certain that Lay is being charged. Oh, okay. Okay, got you. And Lay is confident it is happening. So Lay, because she have been saying that, I just feel like, she's speaking riddles sometimes. They were normalizing all that went on in their family. Why you say normalizing, Claudia? Because I don't think people know, like, it's not normal, right? It's not normal to like endure a endure this type of pain and destruction in your life. It's not normal. That is trauma, right? But do you think, Claudia, her coming to the forefront and just speaking about it in general and probably appealing to the masses and someone that may can relate, do you think that's like a step in the right direction? It's okay for you to say yes or no, right? It's okay for you to just take your personal opinion out of it and say it could be a step in the right direction, even if it's not normal, that she's bringing the trauma that she endured in her family to the forefront. They were normalizing all that went in their family. I don't know if they normalized, like, so you saying that they said it was okay for like adults to like violate a child, and are you saying that they were saying it's okay for a child to get violated? Because this subject is so sensitive in nature. This subject is just so not in my I am not qualified to handle this situation. I'm not even that confident. I'm just getting the confidence and the support from the chat because it's a lot to say about people that have endured trauma and suffered trauma on this level, right? I feel like, in my opinion, in my observation, that Latrice is traumatized. And from what I heard and just what she endured from her um, family when she was a little girl, right? It could have been a part of how she parented. I agree, Claudia. She cares nothing about therapy. She has said times before that won't help. Right. But a lot of people, she's not alone. You know, a lot, and then let's not like fault Latrice and let's not jump down Latrice's throat to act like she's um the only one that denied therapy, right? Because most people say, you know what? God got me. God don't play about me. I'm leaving my problems in his hand. He can handle it. God knows the truth. God won't let me down, right? So there a lot of people rely and depend on God to fix their trauma and fix their truth. That's not realistic. Whether you believe in God or not, that's not realistic to depend on God to fix your problems when you have outside help, like physically, that you could go, that people have went to school for, experts that can help you get through the trauma. Okay, so we do know people lie. Wait, I'm sorry. Lasagna said we do. Wait, Geraldine said yes, in my opinion. Sorry, Geraldine. We do know people lie. However, we want to believe the kids right. But that's what I'm saying, Lasagna. I'm just saying I had to clear it up because it's like I heard someone say this, not on this channel. When I want to be a little bit professional and seem like I know what I'm talking about, you go to other people's channels and they break down just certain things that we talk about, but in a different way. So I heard someone say that, just because someone, and it was related to this in this like nature allegations, just because we believe someone, that does not mean it's true. Like I'm not going to just automatically and instantly accuse Courtney of lying. I'm not. I'm going to take what he said into consideration. I'm going to leave my personal feelings out of it. I'm going to see and make him feel comfortable that he have the right person to come talk to, because coming to YouTube, coming to social media before you go get the proper help is the wrong way to go about it. That's not going to help or heal anything. Your healing process is not going to come into to the forefront until you acknowledge that you may have a problem also, and that you may need to confront your problems. He's on his own now. These are the decisions he have to make on his own, right? All I'm saying is, like, a lot of people don't want to take the help of therapy. They feel like therapy is not going to help them. They don't feel like therapy serves its purpose. They rely on the healing powers of God. And that's not because Latrice always say that, she's going to, like, God don't play about her. Right. Right. I heard that this morning too. That was that person's situation. Right. So it's like, so it's like a lot of people put their personal biases in it, and it just takes out and it takes away from like doing what's right. Right. So I'm looking at Lele page. She really didn't say nothing for the last 3 days. Um, oh gosh. So wait a second. You see what I'm saying? Like they be back and forth, in and out. I'm in, I'm out. I'm in, I'm out. I didn't want to do nothing with this, and now they back in. As soon as their name come up, they be like, "Here we go." So with Lele, the last, because we go talk about Lele, we got a little time to talk about it. This is an intimate chat. Like I don't want to hear other people's commentary about something they not qualified or try to like project they are. Like I don't care if you say you got a degree in psychology. You are not you are not here to diagnose or like treat anyone. So I hope a lot of people put that in their disclaimer. We only speculated. We're not here to treat or diagnose anyone. We only speculated. Me in the chat, 27 people, an intimate conversation. Wait, because we I don't even want to read. Look at wait. I'm sorry, Claudia. Please just listen to that video and hear her grandmother tell her story. They tell the mother's story and Tree's story. Okay, I'm gonna listen because Claudia asked me to, and I would definitely listen. It's not like I won't, but I am. Because if y'all want me to listen, I'll listen. Because if you want me to follow up with it, I'll follow up with it, and then I'll come back with my excuse me, my response. They all need Ayana. You think so? You think she will fix their life? Claudia? She said 11 days with police pictures. Wait, let me let me go to Latrice's page because y'all are off the hook. This chat is off the hook. In the meantime, while I'm going to Latrice's page, I just would like to thank everyone that has come, stop, and participated in this live and chat, and I appreciate you. I appreciate your support. I just appreciate y'all being who you are. And over here, we don't conform. We don't need a lot of people. We know it takes only a few to make it grow. So Latrice said, okay, oh, her dog died, right? you know, that probably affected her daughter more than anything. That's sad that she lost her dog. Uh, Wait, using that video. All right. See, she just. I feel like Latrice. She's in it too. She don't even know how deep she's in it. She can't even pull herself out of it. It's not like that. Okay, well, Latrice has wealth and fame that she can't be mistaken for the people that is beneath her. Some people don't want counseling because they don't want other things exposed. That's true. Counseling is not easy. It's very hard, right? Especially if you go to counseling. If anyone in this chat may be experiencing, you know, a sense of dis-ease, or you feel like you need help, go get the help you need. A therapy, a psychiatrist, and a therapist is totally different people. They are both, like, I guess, qualified to counsel you, but I feel like everyone that need a therapist may go get a therapist. Um, I have been to therapists before. I have changed therapists just on a belief that I have to connect with a therapist. I feel like, now more than ever that I want to get the ball rolling and grow my page. And face the wrath of the backlash from people that it could therapy can serve well, and during the pandemic, like, it set people back. Like, I'm not afraid to share who I am or what I think to a degree. But when people come up here and they try to, like, God versus therapy, you already know who I'm going with. Therapy. I'm not going to rely on anyone else other than a professional to speak to. Okay, so if you feel like you need a therapy, go ahead and check it out and get it. All right. All right. So okay. So let me see the video. I'm not gonna play the video because I'm gonna look at it. I'm gonna listen to it because Claudia asked me to, and I would do just that. Is this the? She said, which one is it? Because I'm here now. Which one is it? She said, what, 3 days ago, 4 days ago? I just want to know the title. Get ready for the chef and the showdown, or the oh, okay. It says, I found the lady in her. Oh gosh. Oreo going, and I found the lady and her daughter. Okay, so I'm gonna check that one out if that's the one y'all want me to look at. What happened to her boyfriend? Is she still with her boyfriend? The love of her life? People? Latrice, are you still with your boyfriend? The youngster, the tenderoni, the young guy that you got overseas? Or is he still in your life? So, but like, so moving along, because I don't want to keep anyone here too long, because this has been a nice, decent session, a nice, decent content, just calm and collective. I'm just going to tell y'all right now, I'm not trying to go into nobody else's chat and, like, contest what they say or, like, disapprove of what they say. I'm just going off of my observations alone. And that's how I focus on my live. I've seen other people went live, and that's okay too. That's why you have to follow people to see what they're doing. You know what I mean? I may be subscribed to you and I don't even, like, watch your content, but I just want to know what time they're going live, because I know a lot of people front and fake, like, well, I don't listen to her. Like, yeah, you do, because I draw a crowd in that want to hear me say their name so they could go buck wild crazy. Or you may send clips to someone. That's why I do it. But don't get too used to that shit, because I don't want to be stuck here. I'm just talking shit. Is there anyone in the chat that would like to just, offer their opinions and thoughts before we go? Or is there anything that you want to discuss before we go? Or just, have some grievances that you may want to air out at the end of the chat, because we coming to a close. And I feel like if you have anything you want to say, you are more than welcome to say it. And I appreciate everyone's feedback, whether or not you don't think it matters or not. I appreciate it. So I'm gonna go look at the video with Latrice and her grandmother, because I feel like a lot of people just have their opinions and their biases, and they automatically let that cloud their judgment, as to just see that, you got to listen to a person, and their characters speak the most. You know, just because you dislike someone, that don't mean that you can't listen to them, right? Because there's good in everybody. I don't care if you're the worst person or not. There's good in everybody. If that's the case, you're born evil. Like, show me someone that was born evil. Like, if you can name one person that was born evil, show me that person. I could show you that person had good in them too. So listen, we're gonna take it to the top. Y'all don't even know. Like, when I sit back and I think about the supporters, and they just coming in to hear a different perspective and insight, even if it's like 20 people in here, even if people are not going to stick around, I appreciate you. That's what we do. I'm not here to shortcut anyone. I don't take shortcuts. This is going to be a long road ahead of us, but we're going to do it. Probably I'll come back tomorrow, because I do want to get my page growing. I probably will talk about some different things. We don't have to talk about what's going on back to back. We could talk about relationships. We could talk about current events. Wednesday, we'll wild out Wednesday, and we'll just throw it up in a bag, and we talk about it from there. So I do appreciate everyone that has came and paid this chat a visit, just with your beautiful warm presence alone. Thank you to Lasagna. Shout out to you. You are a gem, and you don't even know it. Okay, so you just goes to show how two people go work together, and we don't have to have a like hostile attitude towards each other. So, with that being said, I would like to say, shout out to the chat. Thank you for coming by. You are always welcome. Thank you for listening to my insight and my perspective. I love you for listening. I will be live tomorrow, just to talk about some shit. I want to share some things that's been going on in my life. And the topic probably will be, I'm dating, so you don't have to. Men these days are absolutely disgusting, and I'm not scared to say it. And you don't have to be a woman hater to say men are disgusting. You just have to be with a man to know they are. Listen, I'll talk to y'all later. Everyone have a blessed day. Lasagna, shout out to you. Shout out to you, Claudia. Shout out to everyone that's in the chat. Jennifer, Geraldine, and Yolanda. Thank you for coming and warming up the chat. I see you guys tomorrow. Stay safe.